afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. We are off here to a smashing fight right here on Samoski in the brownish brown of Samoski. We shall be watching RTN, ChuckNorris here fighting for the Soviet Union, the glory of Comrade Stalin, and the reinforced 110th Rifle Corps, tasked with moving ahead and securing a vital set of villages as a start-off point for a larger assault towards Warsaw, versus Obscura here, fighting for Germany, for the Oberkommando West and the Kampfgruppe Walter. Immediately tasked here with breaking this rifle corps before it can secure the villages, and well prepared to throw back further things as more units move up. Assembled from elements of the nearby Panzerdivision, or Fallschirmpanzerdivision, Hermann Göring amongst other bits, and a nearby Volksgrenadier Division. And we are noting here Guard Motor, Lend-Lease and Shock Rifle for ChuckNorris. For his opponent we'll be noting Breakthrough, Scavenge and Fortifications. Quite a common combination for those who actually have these commanders. Luftwaffe finding itself a bit on the way out with some players, others do tend to favour it. And Fortifications certainly also making a bit of a way in there. We're noting here Volksgrenadier with Panzer Fusiliers right on the way there. For them, both players running straight for the fuel. Back to ChuckNorris, who by the way went for an early support weapon company, and they're adding in some Maxims. Not a lot of infantry for him off the bat here. Likely opting to sort of apply some pressure and also lock down some points before maybe adding in some further troops to strike back against the fascists. And there we go, the Volksgrenadiers advancing, Sturm Pioneers here. Mit their Sturmgewehrs. Though technically all pioneers, well most of them were Sturm Pioneers or Assault Pioneers. They were essentially assault troops. Of course there would be others for more sort of basic purposes, but then they'd have been more specifically, you know, have the type, for example, of Baupioniere, which would mean building pioneers, for example. But most pioneers in general were assault troops, amongst the other roles. So, little fun fact there. But folks, there's advancing Sturm Pioneers moving up. Another squad there. Not uncommon to see in the Serbs there versus Russians, particularly if they do have some scout crafts, then two Sturm Pioneers can sort of apply some pressure there to the M3A1s. And there we go, maximum forward here. Again, we are seeing sort of trying to apply some pressure here around the cut-off point. Second maximum, we do also see the second consequence. And there we go, quickly making the buildings, Sturm Pioneers flying through the windows, kicking the door in. Schnellfritz gets those Russians. And just blasting away there, point blank. The Maxim crew does make it away. The hand gets over there with that rather heavy Maxim, water cooled as it was. And they're going to close. There's a conscript taking counter there. Conscript forces shift position, and there we go. We do see the ChuckNorris very quickly to break off from the fight here, realizing he might not be able to do much more. But the Sturm Pioneers already up close, and the Volksgrenadiers joining in for a bit of Wehrmacht-related fun. Second unit moving over to sort of clear out the flank, and we are noting here another Volksgrenadier unit also. Battle group headquarters up, so he's opting for some healing early on, and also maybe a leichtes Infanteriegeschütz. One of the light artillery pieces available to any German infantry battalion alongside mortars. But they're being secured. Maximum holding up their fascists alright. There you go, the second squad moving up, sort of a bit of a mix of infantry and machine guns with some light emphasis on combat engineers. Bit of back and forth here, both sides trying to gain some territory and deny the other bastard as well. And of course the Maxim here at the centre, of course, we are seeing that. Wisely enough, Obscura is drawing away from it. No intention of engaging here where he might get a bit of slight disadvantage, at least not too much. And looks like he's already gone for fortification. We do see an MG-34 heavy machine gun team has arrived. Sturm Pioneers moving out there. The MG-34 was, by the end of the war, made in larger numbers than the MG-42, though not by much when you compare with the MG-42. I mean, we talk about probably 500,000 MG-34s and about 400,000 or so MG-42s. So in that regard, a large but not that large sort of numbers difference. If you not consider when the one went into production compared to the others, the MG-42 did definitely have the advantage of being actually cheaper to manufacture, amongst other things. The Volksgrenadiers holding up, but there you go, Molotov straight through the window. Dieter took the collar tail bit a bit too literally and caught on fire. Let's go further struggling here. Drawing into troops. He could have laid down some shoe meaning, but that might already be too late, and you see him falling back here. Meanwhile, the pressure continues. I mean, they go the MD-42s up here to cover the cutoff point. A desperate juncture here for Obscura. Fulters moving in. Constant's getting some pressure, moving up the other side here. Fulters are quick to stop there with some MD-34 fire. As the Kampfgruppe Walter strikes in. And flanks up out there on the Maxim crew. Second truck arriving there. Another Volksgrenadier squad there out for Obscura, calling upon more units from some nearby Volksgrenadier Divisionskompanie. Offered up. And certainly it was not unusual to see the Germans basically detached infantry elements from railway infantry divisions and attached to a sort of more armoured Kampfgruppe, because it itself was maybe a bit lacking in infantry from all the attacking. In particular by 1944-45, as things became ever more piecemeal. And of course, we are seeing now the shock rifle, ever popular for the Russians players, ever popular. Shock troopers, artillery barrages, flamethrower tanks, and of course the Josef Stalin II tank. No sign of mines, by the way, from either side. A bit interesting. Particularly considering the cost about the same, and about more or less the same effect, that is, people die when they step on them. And they die pretty well. Agonizingly. Of course, with fortifications, I mean, Obscura will of course have the option here with S-mines for his Volksgrenadiers. And there we go, actually mine up there. TM-35 mine.
Shock troops have arrived.
Troops sneaking about here. Volksgrenadiers doing a bit of harsh reconnaissance there. Good job. Another Maxim there, and also some shock troopers. I think he might be putting a bit too emphasis there on support weapons, not enough infantry for the Soviets. For the Soviets generally want a larger mix of infantry to the support weapons, so at the very least he might want to consider getting a mortar up to support all of his machine guns, in particular now the opponent's setting up machine gun of his own. So slight disappointment there in ChuckNorris, but there you go. Panzerschräge up, this is Raketen Panzerbüchse. Pressure up here, also up here, might in fact go straight for the fuel point. That would be a good move. I mean, in particular if he's planning to go for the IS-2 without anything between, which is a common theme amongst a lot of Soviet players, then you really want to sort of harass your opponent's fuel as well. In particular, if Obscura will be going for one of the more common strategies, going to just basically aiming straight from Panther, in which case ChuckNorris will want to delay such Panther as much as humanly possible. Apparently Dimitri there had a bit too much vodka and ended up pointing at the river. They might rise from there. No, they won't, Dimitri. But no, Dimitri, don't make me report you to the Commissar. Folks is pushing up their Maxim there. Caught right here, the jump and also right here, the broadside line. A few shots going in, and that's going to be very bad here for the Maxim gunners. A small victory here for Obscura and Sturmpioneers. There we go, toads.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
And there you go, we got the Axis infantry shots opening up here, firing with 75mm high explosive shells, and a nice strike there upon the heads of the Maxim crew. Almost there, and the rest of them are a bit too close together there. Perhaps they're a bit too friendly there, who knows? Though seems like with a stroke of luck there, the Axis infantry shots wasn't firing. It looks like we could see another Maxim down there. Ooh, looks like run, Boris. Oh, never mind, Boris. You're too slow. And now he's in fact down to a bit fewer there. It looks like he might be able to pull out another one elsewhere. Still under a lot of pressure here. Need to fall back here. Probably a bit surprised here by the Axis infantry. Will definitely put a bit of pressure on upon his Maxim heavy strategy play, which is definitely something you have to be wary of. It looks like up here someone will run off with good force. And apparently at the loss of a counter squad as well there. There's a place with more shock troopers. An expensive choice, by the way. I mean, having it slightly cheaper over some of the later patches, but still, smoke there, good job. But I don't think it'll be able to sort of save you there in the longer term. Another grenade there, clearing out some of the Volksgrenadiers from the church. North Sanctuary.
We have an isolated sector.
There we go. Field infirmary up, that should help. Over to Obscura. 3 Falcons, 2 Sturm Pioneers, 1 Max and 1 Infantry Schutz. Reasonably solid component there. Sturm Pioneers definitely doing a lot of the work there, and the MG34 needs to be a bit careful there. Sharps don't have difficulty to be a threat there, particularly with the well-placed smoke grenade. They can easily close in on the MG34 crew and sort it out in a brief and painful moment, depending on where they shoot, that is. I don't think they'll be shooting for the head. Quick precision up there, the Fox inside the building. Could be a bit risky here if a few well-placed grenades pop in, but they got the info set up. He needs to pop a smoke grenade there. Oh, instead he doesn't. He takes it full burst there from the MG34, plus direction there from the light infantry shots. Grenades are going off there on the MG34. But I do think a smoke grenade would have gotten a bit longer there immediately. Also, it made him a bit less of a target there for the light infantry gun there. Shorthand forces in the centre. Still no sign of teaming up again. It's very much seemed like he is aiming for the doctrinal armour, which of course could give Obscura here an opening to sort of push in with some heavier stuff himself. And looks like we are seeing here a bit of cover up here to cover up the fuel. In fact, secured it. Schwerer Panzer quarters could also open up for orbital dart to further apply pressure to the Russian infantry. Being fired straight into the MG34. A few good hits there. And there we go, another Maxim crew down there. Needs to be a bit careful. There's Maxims there, Mr. ChuckNorris. And we know more field guns arriving there. He's probably getting a bit worried about enemy armour. Unsurprising. He can't assume his opponent will be playing for something really big and nasty as well, which could of course give him more time to get in his own eyes too, so it's a bit of a tricky proposition there and a bit of a tricky balancing act. But there you go, orbital Darton are on the way. And it looks like in fact he secured himself a second MG34. And looks like an enemy group went down, screaming in pain. Down there he's trying to sneak up, but we're also noting here that he's beginning to sort of need a lot more precision. The MG34 make it a bit harder for ChuckNorris to pull off any shock tactics, and the lack of mortars, but making it a bit more difficult to sort of punish him that way. There's some slight issues then. Also the lack of armor, because again he's playing for the doctrinal play there, is also giving him some sort of no immediate sort of reaction to this as well. So very much now is the time for Obscura to sort of strike, while Obscura may be in a bit of a, ChuckNorris in a bit of a bind as to what to do, if he's going to keep down his current path or what. And there goes Chuck, who's been encountering here the flak half-track of the heavier kind of this. The Germans generally did mount half-track of air guns and a lot of things. They even had some on orbital blitzers and other trucks. Though generally that would be the much lighter 2cm flak like this one that would have been mounted on them. Mines up of his own there, good. Alternating all 3 Fultons with Panzer X. It's a bit of a gamble there. I mean, it won't necessarily be that effective versus heavier armour. So he needs to be a bit careful there, taking up position in the church with a Panzer Schreck. Very close there to hitting a mine. Nicely hitting there the Maximum crew as it moves forward, and we're seeing a larger move here towards the north of it. Again, going for the fuel point again, trying to sort of deny his opponent fuel. Good job there this time, maybe also a bit more likely to survive and not get buried by the fuel point in a shallow grave. But there you go. Maximum move forward and getting hit by all sides. We'll see the infantry gun here, moved a bit closer to the village proper. Bombarding the point here as well. A bit dangerous. There you go, man, to cut off the fuel here, but at the same time being attacked from several sides. He might have extended himself a bit there, leaving a lot of his eminent elements to sort of be struck here by more coordinated assault forces in several points. There you go, the structure is moving forward. The Maxim, oh dear, dead. Again, he overextended himself perhaps a bit too much. Then at the same time here, Fear getting pushed away, Storm Party's moving forwards. Quite the bind here for ChuckNorris, as Obscura more relentlessly pushes forward. And there we go with the orbital Darton as well, with 4 kills to the name there. thanks to the mighty MG34, though the riflemen are themselves pretty solid as well. A Gibraltar landing here would be really nice. Shotgun it off. MG34 stopping the shock troopers, point blank as well. Molotov here on the Pulse inside the building, ignoring the orbital. Now it's actually a smoke grenade. Not a bad idea, but a bit too late there with the orbital guard nearby, ready to fire the MG34 down there. And already raking up a good deal of Russian kills. Another Maxim around there, still not an awful lot of infantry besides the shock troopers. Well, that might be slight changes. Jumping just up with Maxim. A bit difficult to sort of play more overextending play here with the Maxims if they're on their own. You should be a bit careful there. In particular, since some rather irate foot's going to do some moving up the other side, but there you go, he's managed to cut off his fuel. Good job there, that also helps. Obscura getting more from also here a mechanized regiment headquarters going up. And now of course the question becomes, what is he playing at? He still yet go for any army, seeing another orbital line unit on the way. If he begins trading for fuel, then of course there might be a slight plan here in Maine, which might mean he's of course realised what his opponent's going for. He's also realised what command points are, and there still might be some time then for an IS-2. In which case he figures, I might have a chance of getting a King Tiger to put a rather rude end to that. And there you go, large advantage stalled by the MD-34 Vet 2 infantry should stick firing, and Vet 21. Still no sign there of fuel transfer though. A desperate attempt here by the orbital to hold back the shock trooper. The shock trooper were able to close in. They could have used a smoke grenade to further help them, but that's another story.
Unit ready.
Fuel plant there secured. Second orbital line unit arriving here for the Kampfgruppe. So a bit of quiet. Still not training though. I mean, if he could do it now, he could still, you know, quickly set his way off towards a Königstiger. Deutsche Stahl. Mines up. He's really sort of coming in, particularly probably to sort of delay any armor so he has more response time. He's probably not worried about infantry here due again to the power of the Schwerer Panzer headquarters under the right conditions. We're concerned as you hear that his force composition here for ChuckNorris is beginning to bite him a bit in the arse. He's sort of beginning to run out of steam, and the responses here from Obscura beginning to be a bit more punishing, a bit more harsh. The shock troops there being a bit more expensive and certainly getting torn apart here by the more range-focused army of Obscura, but also lack of sort of, you know, anything beyond some slightly more awkward on assault support weapons. If he had a mortar, he might probably be doing a bit. And there goes smoke grenade on the Volksgrenadiers. That was maybe a bit of the odd decision, and there you go, phalanx grenade. Yuri, you keep mistaking the two. Sorry, comrade. Got infantry gun firing in the other side, moving up there with the MD-34, the second unit. Shock troops there flanking about. But can they do things in time? And there we go. Schwerer Panzer headquarters once more proving its strength. And the Maxim here, not so much. And there we go, that looks like an interim solution has been concocted here by him. Also again, another push of the fuel point. Again, surprised there's been an attempt at trimming some fuel, but our way KB8 has rolled on here. So need support there, the Rifle Corps. And burn those fascists up. In particular, the Volkswagen only force would be a bit vulnerable to this. In particular, since currently they're more spread out, and of course with only one Panther each, they're not going to be much of a direct threat there to the KB8. And there you go, burning away. Krauting those krauts. And there you go, the entire unit lit on fire. The nearby building lit on fire as well. And I think a Panther strike was also dropped. There we go, other unit being caught here. The KB8 basically going nuts here. I mean, it has been nerfed a bit, but it's still, you know, lethal. It's just less of an Ark of the Covenant now. In particular, Veteran 3 years were previously basically melted everything that could be melted. Well, not steel, but you know. Burning its way through it. Infantry gun cleared out as well. Coming under fire. Panzer's going off, but again, not taking an awful lot of damage. He could probably hang around here a bit more and actually, you know, burned away, but he actually is retreating in the face of this. Probably more psychological than anything. But it is time for the mid-game analysis here. We are seeing ChuckNorris here striking a bit back, but overall Obscura is sort of, you know, a bit more confident now. He's getting some kills, of course. He's rather a bit more hit of his opponent with those MG34s, the Sturm Pioneers, and also those Obersoldaten. But also being able to strike those maxims in several cases. From some angles they probably weren't expecting it. Damage-wise, he's also in a bit of a lead there. For Obscura, though, he's himself having a bit of trouble again. The KV-8 can be a bit of trouble. He's dropped a Patrick, which is definitely going to be helping his forces, and not Obscura. Of course, again, for Obscura, it rather looks like he's now aiming for the King Tiger again. A bit of a bow move, and in fact, something that's only just been further helped by the fact that ChuckNorris went for the KV-8 to sort of breaks things up here. It's given him further time to call in some might as the Königstiger from a schwere Panzerabteilung, which, of course, really means he's just only helped him a bit, even though, of course, initially things might be looking a bit more unpleasant. We also have a Kenwerfer on the way that probably could have arrived a bit earlier for Mr. Obscura. But all to get that King Tiger out, he should be able to sort of push his way forward. He, of course, has to look out for the IS-2 and any field guns, but overall, well supported with Obersoldaten and some fault guns, he might be able to sort of push through. I mean, he's also gone fortification. I mean, surprisingly, he hasn't made really any use of it. He probably should consider that, in particular, sort of cover the fuel point. I mean, he could either opt for a bunker and just for the machine gun now, that would do him great, or, of course, he could go for a flak in place, but either way, he should probably do something about that. Also, with the plentiful munitions he has, he could also consider some S-mine fields around here and there to sort of further slow down the Russian assault. I mean, for someone who's gone fortifications, he's not really making much use of it. And already one then, of course, has to call into question if he might not as well then just kept the Luftwaffe and had some Fallschirmjäger instead. Maybe that would have helped him a bit instead. But overall, I mean, so far his strategy seems to be slightly paying off. Though I'm sure he sort of went for the King Tiger slightly in the spur once he realised what his opponent was up to. But if he can keep that going, he might have a sort of chance. Of course, at the same time, it will certainly be expensive. Of course, the opponent will, of course, be able to build up force. They can knock that out, and with a Patrick around as well, that's not going to be fully easy. For ChuckNorris, his force is a bit battered. I mean, he's still lacking something a bit more artillery-wise, I feel. And of course, he could consider, of course, you know, staying up for the IS-2. He probably should. I mean, he's himself not seen a lot of any armor from his opponent. Again, he must be aware that a lot of fuel is going somewhere, but he's not sure what. And of course, when you're playing the Oberkommando West, a King Tiger is generally a good guess. And again, probably he's gone to the command. He's gone for, and again, the fact he's gone for nothing. I mean, had ChuckNorris aimed for some earlier armor, for some T-34s, then probably he would have forced Obscura to go for something else, and a King Tiger would have been a much greater risk without something else in front of it, like, say, a Panther. So in this regard, this is basically the results of ChuckNorris to a certain extent actually coming back to bite him in the arse. And he needs to sort of set up for it. He needs to get some mines. I mean, there's been very few mines. There's certainly some mines here, and maybe, well, probably here since he can't get there. We'll probably help him out a bit. And of course, another option is to actually drive over the KV and begin burning down that schwere Panzer headquarters, sort of open up towards here. But some mines here sort of break up any King Tigers, and you know that's definitely only going to make it slower, and thus an easier target to say the field guns, which is definitely what ChuckNorris will want. He might also want to consider getting some anti-tank grenades, sort of further help that endeavour of knocking it out. Patrick there should also be secure. A mortar might also be an idea, so you have some artillery sort of break up any enemy attackers, or lay down some smoke screens as well. As a thought there for Mr. Norris. Beyond that, there's not really much else to comment on. A part of me would also say it might be nice after he got the IS-2 to maybe aim for an H-35 or some more field guns, because again he might have a chance again of figuring out what's coming again. That's a King Tiger. I mean, again, one sort of rule to always figure out, you know, if you don't see, you know, armor units besides on a point, you know, expect something bigger. I mean, keep adding on to that. And at this point, when you're playing against the Oberkommando West, you really haven't seen a Panther, and you see nothing before that, you usually begin expecting, well, maybe something that rhymes on King Liger is going to hit me hard. So, of course, the question is, how will ChuckNorris react to this impending fascist threat? Apparently by stopping up in the middle of the road and having some vodka. You're right, maybe we should move elsewhere. Nah. Let me enjoy my drink. There we go, moving forwards here, coming under fire here from the rear from the CoH2 forces burned up. He could probably clear them out if anything, but again, ends up pulling away there. he does seem to perhaps not feel so confident. Surprised enough in the KV8, despite, you know, the rather vicious assault here, which still leaves the building burning for quite some time. Like a miniature Dante's Inferno. And there goes on striking out north. He could also consider activating down some booby traps. I mean, booby traps are wonderful. And certainly also a bit underestimated, I fear. They're going for the victory point, buying himself more time, I imagine. Few guns setting up. He's actually using the ambush tactics to sort of get close to the fire way out. That's not a bad idea, by the way. Not a bad idea. There you go, conscripts with a puncher selecting up in there, following up closer. Here we come, there you go, burning away. The KV8 once more proves its hellish worth and heritage. There you go, follow up with the incendiary barrels going straight here in the positions, right in the middle of the main communication road here for the Germans, catching the MD-42. Like Henry force away, Foster's also bursting into flames as I'm caught by the wrath of God himself. Or in this case, merely the wrath of Stalin. Further pushing up the centre. I mean, he needs to be a bit more careful again with the KV8. So again, now to less than half a chance. A quick check up is in the building. Good job there. Allow him to use the MD-34 without being suppressed, and also rather harm some Russians. Quick grenade there doesn't need much impression. He's actually focusing down the maximum range here, not opting to clear out the shock troops basically outside the building. Infantry gunfire going up, and there you go, striking north here. Oberstein pushed away. He's not going for the storm punch because he's probably hoping he can get the Oberstein. He'll definitely get a much more greater kill. Maxim down again. Oberstein once more pulling their worth of Germany, and they're getting caught here by another machine gun. It looks like the Oberstein have a chance of going down. There you go. Friedrich's only one man left running. Run! Run! Schnell! Don't lose the Maschinengewehr! Ah, scheiße. That was horrible. IS-2 also soon available here for ChuckNorris. Once more, the fuel point has been cut off as well, but the resource has been reached. A King Tiger has been called up, and the mule taking up position here, and there we go. Immediate fire here with the field gun. Striking up elsewhere. Good, good, good. KV8 they could still do with some repairs.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
And there we go, the IS-2 is available. Folks, there's something up reasonably nice here. Shots bouncing off a dead tree for the larger part, and the building certainly on running a bit of cover there. The rest of the 37mm high-dose rounds. Bit overextending himself though. And there you go, IS-2 arrived. Penta-mounted Dushka on top as well. And we're seeing got the spare parts that goes down here, so it looks like ChuckNorris is returning a bit here to the fight, having had some slight issues there with his assault barking down. And now very much intent on clearing out those Sturmpioniere, continuing the pressure for the field point, though again, soon there will be a bit of an inbound nasty surprise, but there goes Schwerfeld causes a flame. The truck is no more. Sturmpioneers here. Could they make it? Could they? No, doesn't look like it. Tot. But there you go. Königstiger bereit. Rolling vorwärts. And of course, now ChuckNorris is about to be in for a bit of a surprise there. King Tiger's 88mm high velocity gun opens up there on the IS-2, striking a very nice hit. The IS-2 fires back, fails to penetrate the very thick sloped armor, and there it goes, shocking! And the KV8 here exposing the rear, certainly only making things easier for the Königstiger. And there you go, more shots going off, but there you go, Panzerschreck, or maybe I can there by the way, KV8 ablaze. IS-2 needs to get away here, a bit of a nice situation, he's getting stuck here between the small hut and the Tiger tank there, the Königstiger. Heavy fire there, another shot bounced off. Shot bounced off from King Tiger's one. Seems that the IS-2 certainly holds out some thick armour. Another shot bounced off. IS-2 seemingly making a successful escape from the King Tiger, the Königstiger. Very close. The alternating MG42 has been mounted here on top of the King Tiger. A rather successful raid here to an extent, although the King Tiger now is going to prove quite the headache for ChuckNorris. If you're going on way, there, opening up in the church. One hell of a strike there.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
And pushing forward. Oh dear, Maxim is a bit of trouble. ChuckNorris made a bit of a mistake there, took the Königsjäger lightly, and the result is this. But a small chance here now, be actually exposed to rehab the field of the King Tiger. And we see here the striking force very rapidly. Field gun firing, IS-2 firing. King Tiger down to half health already, Patrick nearby though. Infantry gun striking back though on the field gun. Contact with the Pantrics moving up, we're seeing the other field gun moving in, troops here reinforcing, healing up. And there we go, Arcade there for striking on the side of the IS-2. Field gun cleared out there, was able to do that with a quick Stielhandgranate. And stunning the IS-2 once more, the King Tiger of course with a damaged engine despite everything. Digging out here behind the ruins of a small farmhouse. A battle of armored titans has broken out. Another unit wiped out. In fact, he lost the Panzerschreck conscripts right there. Rather horrible stuff. If he's actually moving out here, that could prove to be a small mistake there if the field guns catch him in the middle of the bloody road. There we go, King Tiger owns up, exposing himself to the field gun, by the way. Puzzling for North Veterans, he thought. Field gun crew in a bit of trouble there. Shot fired and missed. And looks like the Orbital here could get a few good kills there. 20 kills already into the name of Germany. And looks like he's quickly mounting a counter-attack. He's had some time to repair the IS-2, but he seems to be striking against King Tiger, which is about, in fact, to get repaired by Obscura. Looks like he might be trying to recruit a field gun here with shock troopers. Shots going off there. Other field gun, in fact, nope. Wreck just cleared out. The Kenmare for setting up. IS-2 firing there. King Tiger having downside. IS-2 about to go down. Another shot. Oh, shots bounced. Both down to a sliver of health. Which one shall survive? The Kenmare and the IS-2 in his dying breath takes out the Königsjäger. A huge mess right here of heavy armor. Both wrecked right by the edge of the cemetery. The IS-2 taking the King Tiger with it to its grave. Another incendiary barrage going off there, but ChuckNorris' infantry forces have been severely decimated by the MD-34s, but also those Obersoldaten have definitely done their job.
A squad of infantry has been killed.
Another unit down.
Before retreat.
Barely an infantry left breathing for ChuckNorris and the Rifle Corps. Not a great idea to run them out into the fire, just saying. They are not wearing uniforms made of asbestos.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
ChuckNorris taking advantage of this, nonetheless slightly disastrous strike, sort of get back out into the field, realising he's probably got the infantry advantage over ChuckNorris. Companies, oh dear, down as well. The losses are piling up here against ChuckNorris. Not going to go then, also restricting Maxim being salvaged for fuel. To replenish the supplies. The Orbital making their push, and rather low on health, the conscripts and shocks might have a chance of actually getting them wiped out, but there we go. Obscura's a bit wiser than that and quickly retreats, not pushing his luck any further, and overall he's only got now slightly more breathing infantry force. He's only also got a few more machine guns sort of still left, overall having had a slightly more solid unit composition with artillery in the mix as well. Sounding here the King Tiger by the looks of it. Nope, the IS-2. And a veteran free MG34 as well, it would seem. Where you see that. At least I do. And another KV-8 there. Looks like he's hoping sort of apply some more earlier pressure, making him realise the previous mistake there. Not going to sort of wait up for another IS-2 there. Certainly he would be a bit weak to that, although he's now slightly focused up his defences more solidly. Things are a bit more bettered coming together, which is going to make things a bit more difficult than for the KV-8 to advance through. Which is always good to keep in mind. And there you go, exposing the rear here to the Raketenwerfer, which is now veteran 2 as well. In fact, the KV-8 is all of a sudden in a bit of a headache there. Veteran 2-5, it looks like he was able to escape the range. And there you go, Counter getting absolutely shredded. Cut down. And a Puma on the way for Obscura. Interesting choice all of a sudden. He could probably have gone for a Panther if anything. Oh wait, he couldn't. Probably to fend off against the KV-8. There we go. Raketenwerfer through the rear. Have no fear. Not looking too strong here for ChuckNorris. Again, forces very small.
Enemy now have 200 points.
The heavy reliance on shock troopers amongst other things, and Maxims maybe having drained him a bit more in the longer run. Whereas Obscura's forces now growing more rapidly. There goes shock troopers ambushing the Fultz Grenadiers. Send them running off. Good. You still got a decent chunk of the map, but now again with a lack of infantry, it's over much easier now for Obscura to push through. And essentially what we're seeing now is what happens if you rely perhaps a bit too much on your doctrine for certain things. In fact, he's going to keep on doing that, keep getting more shock troopers. Nice hit there on the Puma though. Quick putting of smoke there. 27 kills on the Obersoldaten. MG34's in it to cover. Of course, we've got the Infanterie is firing as well, and the church is about to collapse by the looks of it. The centre of the village is definitely not a safe place there for the Germans. And there you go, Orbital charge from the north and north field can recruit, but the Orbital will likely be able to make short work of that. Quickly, comrades! Oh, never mind. Looks like ChuckNorris had a bit of a problem with the unit preservation as the game is progressing. Giving a better chance here from Obscura to push through. Maximum Tellings into, or MG tearing into the field gun crews. Even the shock troopers with the body arms going to have a bit of trouble with that, and there we go, another shock trooper unit moving in. If they get closer to the orbital down, they might have a chance of turning things around. There's going to be a bit of close shave there, nonetheless. Engaging the Fultz Grenadier. PPSH 41's being got, and there we go, quick grenade on the orbital down, forcing out of cover. Veteran G1. He might be able to get them, and there you go, forced retreat. And forced retreat right past the shock troopers, but then again, they can make past the car there. They will break the line of fire of the shock troopers and also gain a bit more ground to retreat on. And another KV, it looks like he's putting all faith into the KV-8. He's all being a resource, maybe for another King Tiger. Looks like Obscura is feeling a bit bold today, but also a bit confident. And certainly looking at the overall situation, one can't certainly blame him for it. He's done a lot of damage to ChuckNorris, whose unit composition has begun to slightly more betray him as the fight progresses. In particular, once the Orbitals then arrived, they were certainly able to put up some pressure on the shock troopers. The light infantry gun that also played a role. And there go forward from the gun switch over to him on the KV-8, engaging the Puma. Looks like he might have a chance then, since the Puma will have trouble there with the thicker armour of the KV-8. Another shot there fired. Another failure to penetrate.
Ready for duty.
And there we go. Another man back, and very close to Veterancy 3. And these MG34 actually getting closer to Veterancy 4. Funny that. Oh, hadn't expected the KV here behind the church. A nasty incendiary trap. In fact, he's moved all his units up close in very, very short order, which is only going to make things easier for the KV to burn all through. And the shock troops are arriving as well. A blunder here of some proportions by Obscura. Cut this, cost him the game. Cut this, allow. ChuckNorris to challenge. Oh! He actually didn't push in there with the shock troopers, with the submachine guns actually engaging only at medium range, which again is not really with submachine guns sort of prevail. It's up close. So a slight, I think, mistake there maybe. And a slight chance they sort of fail and sort of really do some serious damage. Now instead there's everything getting back here in the fight. He's sort of to spread things out, minimising the effect of the KV-8 versus infantry. Panzer's going off the full mortaring touching now. The KV switch over the flamethrower. Has to switch out to the Fountain 5mm gun. Another opening here, and Obscura seizes upon it like a maniac, and it succeeds. KV-8 running out of control in a rather controlled manner, if anything. Finally crashing into a tree. Well, that's got to be one of the most controlled out of controls I've ever seen. Also, Landwall and tear through in the shock troopers. The conscripts just getting stopped here by the combined MG34s here. Schnell cross the streams of MG fire. We shall tear them apart like paper. Soggy paper, it's that. There you go, GG, well played. And surrendered. Victory for Germany. A victory for Deutschland. And there we go. A bit of a vicious one was when we saw some both players basically sort of react to the other's play. Though to a large extent it was Obscura sort of reacting and certainly took some advantage of that. Again, he probably figured out again to a certain extent. It's rather common now for certain players who basically just play for whatever's at the end of the commander, either the T-3045s or the IS-2. In this case, he went for the IS-2, but at the same time from the KV-8, which gave him a bit more time to sort of react and again build up for basically King Tiger. A bit ballsy himself, and again might not have worked had he thrown anything in even earlier than that, but again this time around it actually worked. At the same time, ChuckNorris could also have been more aggressive with his KV-8. He felt a bit, reluctant to sort of really get some kills in with it, which also gave Obscura a bit more time there. But all we saw some shock strategies there from ChuckNorris. Again, lots of machine guns also, but to a certain extent they ran into some problems because then he very quickly overextended, leaving them all isolated, and that's not really where the maximum is very good. And that was definitely a mistake there that ChuckNorris committed a few times, which overall allowed us to sort of quickly overwhelm and sort of quickly build up a larger force, which is not really what you want to happen when you're the Russians versus the Oberkommando. It rather prefers to be the other way around. I definitely think he should have considered a mortar or two to sort of provide some bit of more artillery support rather than all those maxims. I think he would have had a greater deal of success with that. Also could have laid down smoke screens. He also could have used more smoke grenades on his shock troops. I think that was rather lacking. He rather went mostly for only the fragmentation grenades. There was also a definite lack of mines though from him, and that I think also hurt ChuckNorris rather than longer department besides that. But I mean, overall, strategically and tactically, it was not all bad. But again, there were some problems with unit composition, and again, to a certain extent, it was also much more obvious strategy. Again, it's sometimes they have their strength, of course, but at the same time, if your opponent knows what he's doing, like say Obscura, I mean, he can lock it down. I mean, I do have a few issues here. I mean, again, he pretty much only went for the MG34s. There's no flak emplacements, no field defenses, no Pack 43 or no searing artillery. That was definitely something he could have done better with. I mean, again, though, otherwise, very risky play. In this case, it turned out alright, though. I think he pushed his King Tiger a bit too much there, which gave an opening for him to sort of get it knocked out. That was a bit much there, though, in the end. Who knows what happened either way. He might have lost another way, and again, certainly he got the IS-2 in the process. So I suppose it wasn't all bad, but certainly it was a bit expensive there for him, put mildly. I mean, he could have done more to sort of defend up here. I mean, again, a flank emplacement, air mines, anything there, I think, would have done immensely for him. So that was a bit of a disappointment there from Obscura. But again, he saw what his opponent's doing. He took a bit of a gamble, and in this case, it worked out quite solidly, and overall allowed him sort of push through in the long run. Also because he played a much more balanced force. I mean, the infantry gun is rather integral to that. Of course, again, it gave him the sort of the final part of the combine arms. Again, they gave the artillery respect, while the MGs did their best to basically ensure he couldn't get close with the shock troops, in particular because, again, he didn't use smoke grenades. Again, there's a problem. No smoke grenades versus the MGs. But also then later, as the orbital around, he really sort of that way allowed him to really sort of solidly push through all of those shock troopers. Again, because he could then sort of confidently engage them at range. Because, again, ChuckNorris didn't use smoke. So, right there, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you got some ideas for your matches. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends? Share it with everyone. If not, you know, send a replay on. If you do provide a link to the leaderboards. I get so many, not bothering with that. It does make things easier for me. I'm certainly a lot more interesting to look at it if I actually get something like that. So please do. You can either find it on the official webpage, a link to that, or go to CoH2.org, find it there. Either way, kindly do so. Otherwise, you know, share with everyone, provide feedback in the comment section if you feel like that. Or just talk about how awesome this match was. And otherwise, that's it. Thanks you all for watching. See you tomorrow.